It is the Brian Kilmeade Show with your humble DC correspondent, Griff Jenkins, trying to pinch hit as best I can. And boy, are we honored and privileged to have our next guest on now. Michael LaRosa, the former press secretary to First Lady Jill Biden. He is one of the smartest Democrats I know, a friend in full disclosure. And he has a piece up on foxnews.com right now that I would submit to you. Every single Democrat in the country, particularly those running in an election in the near days and months and years to come, because it is really drilling on the fact that the Democrats are in the wilderness. They don't have the right message. And the opinion piece is titled, "It's Not the Economy, Stupid, Democrats' Real Path Out of the Wilderness." Michael, thank you for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
It's great. This piece, honestly, I mean, I'm not just blowing smoke. Every Democrat needs to hear this. You know, I was recently listening, Michael, to Fox has a kind of archive audio thing they do from time to time, and they were playing a clip from former President Bill Clinton and his one of his State of the Union speeches where he talked about every American, the boundless hopes and endless dreams should be for every American, and it all starts back, he says, from a little guy from Hope, Arkansas. And it struck me because you drill in this piece about, for decades, James Carville's old mantra, "It's the economy, stupid," isn't the right thing. You write, "Today my party is jumping onto a shiny substitute considered to be the winning message that unites all: affordability," as if the idea that lower prices are better than higher ones is a revelation. Has a candidate ever campaigned on the reverse? You nail it. You absolutely nail it. Tell me about this piece and what the message is to your fellow Democrats.
So the message is that there can't be just one message or one messenger, because this isn't a presidential election that we're coming up on. Democrats want power. They want to take back power. They want to use the power for oversight. And if they want to do that, you can't have what works in New Jersey and the suburbs of Los Angeles won't work in the suburbs of Tallahassee or Tampa or Illinois, wherever we're going to target our seats. And the point is that these races need to be run so that candidates represent their districts, and they have to go where the conversations are having. People aren't having conversations about charts and stats when they feel a certain way. And I feel like we've lost the sort of the gut for perception and what people are feeling on the ground. It was really Roger Ailes who, in his book "You Are the Message," said it best. You are the message. There is no other way around it. You represent the change that people are going to be voting for. And people keep forgetting that change versus more of the same was the first rule of James Carville's message board. It wasn't "the economy, stupid." That was second, followed by "don't forget about healthcare." And if we keep getting in the way of somebody who's trying to deliver change just for the sake of opposing him because he's Trump, we're going to lose, because we're going to look like we don't want to do anything at all.
Yeah. I think one of the most poignant lines you have in your piece that's up on foxnews.com right now, Mike, is the line where you say, "Are Democrats so disconnected from reality that we've unlearned the most basic political principle of all, that perception and politics go hand in glove?" And you're certainly seeing that on the, I think, crime front, where you can give every stat about crime being down and record lows and the murder rates going down. But then you talk to people in cities like DC, Chicago, New York, LA, and they don't feel that. They're not feeling what those stats are saying, but yet so many Democrats can continue to basically, try and cling to the statistics despite it not being reality for the actual residents who live there.
Yeah, people just want to feel safe. As Roger Ailes once said, people don't always want to feel informed, but they want to, I'm sorry, people don't always want to be informed. They want to feel informed. It's the same thing with politics. People don't want to be overwhelmed with stats. They want to just feel safe. Right now, because Trump is acting, they feel safer, at least in Washington, where I am. People feel safer because the National Guard is on the street. That doesn't mean it's going to solve the problem or it's going to tackle the root of what's driving crime. But in the meantime, it makes people feel protected in their communities. And if you oppose that, they're going to ask why.
Yeah.
And if you give some constitutional, legal, fluffy pablum, they're going to roll their eyes and say, that sounds like a politician who doesn't get me. Bill Clinton didn't lose a re-election by putting 100,000 cops on the streets. And
No.
Joe Biden won 3 of his re-elections after he wrote the bill putting 100,000 cops on the streets. We can
Yeah,
be
it's
for
great.
law enforcement. We don't have to knee-jerk oppose it.
It's a great point. And before I run out of time, I want to dive into one more thing, and that is you write in your piece this as well, which I loved. Trump dives headfirst into every news cycle, runs into every cultural fire, from campus protests to celebrity dust-ups like Sydney Sweeney's jeans or Cracker Barrel's new logo. He doesn't hesitate. He doesn't duck. Love him or hate him, voters can't miss that he shows up with an opinion and a position. He doesn't keep them guessing, you right. And, that's such a insightful line. And you look at Democrats really everywhere, and about the only guy that seems to be trying to do that is Gavin Newsom. What do you say?
I think you're right. I think, who knows if Gavin Newsom is going to be the next nominee. But he certainly has a formula, at least for the moment. I mean, I think you're going to see a lot of different Democrats try to out Gavin Newsom and try to out resist Trump as more attention goes towards Chicago. I think you're going to see Governor Pritzker's star rise amongst Democrats. But look, we don't need to replicate Trump. We just need to have guts like Trump. We just need to have an opinion on something. I go back to this line that Chris Christie used in like 2012, I think, when he was criticizing Obama. I was a producer at the time, but I loved using it. He was just like, what the hell are we paying you for if you don't have a position on something yet?
That's great.
People
Such
won't.
It's such a great line. It's such a great line. We're up against a hard break, but it's been great having you. Michael LaRosa, the opinion piece is up. It's called It's Not the Economy, Stupid, Democrats' Real Path Out of the Wilderness. Go and read it. Mike, thanks for taking time.